let's see what ChatGPT wrote about it. Apollo 13 is a thrilling historical drama that tells the story of the ill-fated Apollo 13 mission to the moon in 1970. The movie follows astronauts Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes as they embark on a mission to the moon. However, things take a drastic turn when an explosion occurs. Hello, welcome to the Left Coast. I thought I'd try something new tonight. I'm gonna talk about some movies, but before we get into that, I've got a treat. Since it was Easter this weekend, I've got some chocolate. Those of you who grew up or live in Western Canada will know what the purple box means, or you should. Anyways, this will give it away. Oh, wrong end. This should give it away. Birdie's chocolate are the gold standard when it comes to chocolate in this part of the world. I'm sure that can be highly debated, but for my money, they are, they're the gold standard. This must be some Easter paper because typically it's just standard purple wrapping. But anyway, these happen to be my favorite, which are the sugar-free Sweet Georgia Browns. And let me get into it. You know what? I'm gonna grab my pocket knife. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Got my trusty pocket knife. Let's see. Upside down. Oh well. Okay. There they are. Sweet Georgia Browns. No sugar added. Pecans with no sugar added caramel and milk chocolate. Sweetened with maltitol and isomalt. So, for those of you that know sugar-free candy, sugar-free sugar, chocolate, sometimes they use maltitol or sugar alcohol to sweeten it, which I think makes it taste pretty good, at least the way that Birdie's does it, but it's not great for your digestive system, let's just say. So the best way that I can describe that is just the way that it says on the box. This is not a reduced calorie food. Excess consumption may have a laxative effect. So, those of you like me who enjoy the sugar-free chocolate know that you have to watch your sugar alcohol because, that's all I'm going to say about that. So anyway, but they're really good, and I just, it helps me conserve the stash and only eat, one or two at a time. Anyway, let's get this open. This purple here, the purple stripes, is more of the typical paper that the Birdie's comes in. But anyway, if you're in Western Canada, or I think they're across Canada now, I'm not really sure, and you can order anything from Birdie's is worth it, I think. Anyway, let's see. Sometimes they can be kind of difficult to get out of the box, so let's see. You know what, I'm just left that. There we go. Okay. There we go. So we've got, oh, you can hear my stomach growling probably. You've got the pecans on the bottom, and then, dropping bits. Got the pecans on the bottom, and then the caramel in the middle, and then the milk chocolate on top. They are, yeah, like I said, they're probably my favorite. As I drop bits, it's just a perfect amount of salt and sweet. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm gonna talk about some movies tonight. Thought I'd try something different. And I thought I'd get ChatGPT to help me out. So what I've done is I made a list of a bunch of movies, I can't remember how many. And I asked ChatGPT to write me a synopsis for each one. And so what I'll do is I'll go through them one by one. And I'll sort of, give you a quick reason why they're on the list. And then I'll read what ChatGPT says about them. And you can decide for yourself whether it's accurate or whether the AI is out to lunch. Anyway. These are so good. Gotta grab my bowl. Gonna pop out one more, and then I will set up and get ready for movie time. There we go. Seems like my phone's blowing up. Sorry about that. I have to put that on. Do not disturb. I should have done that already. I apologize. Anyway, I'm going to reposition and be right back with some movies. Okay, I'm back. Live Left Goes presents ChatGPT at the movies. So, I've just picked these movies at random. As I sort of fumble through it, you might hear a few clicks here and there with me just, scrolling and getting slides ready. But anyway, I'm just gonna quickly look and see how many there are. There are 13, I believe. Lucky 13. So anyway, and yeah, starting with the first one, Apollo 13. This movie is probably one of my favorite movies. Probably top 3. I don't know if I could pick, a definite favorite movie all time, but it's definitely up there. I call it my sick movie, because every time I'm homesick, this is the movie that I watch. I watch it a couple times a year, probably, sometimes more. I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I just really like this movie. When it first came out, I was young enough that I didn't remember I wasn't old. I wasn't alive when it happened, but I didn't remember what had happened. Just from learning about it in school, and so I didn't know. So towards, without spoiling it, if you also haven't seen, but towards the end of the movie, I didn't know what was going to happen, and the suspense is crazy. Even now, when I watch it and I know exactly what's going to happen, I can still get a little worked up. But anyway, so yeah, Tom Hanks, and bunch of people. Anyway, I really enjoy this movie. So let's see what ChatGPT wrote about it. Apollo 13 is a thrilling historical drama that tells the story of the ill-fated Apollo 13 mission to the moon in 1970. The movie follows astronauts Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and Fred Hayes as they embark on a mission to the moon. However, things take a drastic turn when an explosion occurs on the spacecraft, causing major damage and endangering the lives of the crew. With the support of NASA Mission Control, the astronauts work tirelessly to improve a solution to improvise a solution to the crisis and make it back safely to Earth. The movie portrays the intense pressure and incredible teamwork that went into this mission, as well as the personal struggles of the crew and their families as they face this life-threatening situation. Tom Hanks gives us a phenomenal performance as Jim Lovell, and the supporting cast, including Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, also deliver excellent performances with stunning visuals, gripping storyline, and a powerful score. Apollo 13 is a must-watch for anyone interested in space exploration, history, or human perseverance in the face of adversity. So that's what ChatGPT has to say. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I would also say there's two other actors, Gary Sinise, who you would know from Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, and also Ed Harris. Both I would mention in that group. And I can't remember her name, but the woman that plays Jim Lovell's wife, I think Marilyn Lovell, she was really good too. Good performance there. So anyway, that's Apollo 13, and let's move on. So the next movie is Star Trek First Contact. If you know me at all, there's no surprise there. Star Trek is one of my favorite shows, particularly Next Generation. In the age-old Star Trek versus Star Wars debate, I will always be on the Star Trek side. I'm not going to get into that right now, but anyway. So let's see. Out of all the next-gen movies, this one is probably my favorite. I do enjoy Nemesis more than most. I would say it kind of gets has a bad reputation online. It's not a perfect movie by any means, but I didn't hate it. I enjoy this one a little bit more. I enjoy, Generations had its problems too, but I like that one too. I kind of debated doing Generations here instead of First Contact just because it was the first one. But anyway, so let's see what ChatGPT has to say. Star Trek First Contact is an epic science fiction film that takes place in the 24th century. The movie follows the crew of the USS Enterprise as they embark on a mission to prevent the Borg, a powerful and ruthless cyborg race, from altering the course of history by traveling back in time to the year 2063. Captain Jean-Luc Picard and his crew finds themselves in a race against time as they try to stop the Borg from preventing humanity's first contact with an alien species, a crucial event that will shape the future of the galaxy. Along the way, the crew faces intense battles and personal struggles, including Picard's haunting memories of a previous encounter with the Borg. With its compelling storyline, incredible visual effects, and strong performances from the entire cast, Star Trek First Contact is a thrilling adventure that explores themes of humanity, identity, and the power of hope. Fans of Star Trek franchise will love this movie, as will anyone who enjoys thought-provoking science fiction. So that's Star Trek First Contact. If you haven't never seen Star Trek before, or Star Trek, especially the next gen cast, I would definitely recommend this movie. It's pretty good, and you don't necessarily need to know. It helps if you know who the characters are, but it's not a movie that you would necessarily have to know who everybody is going in. And incidentally, if you are a Star Trek fan and you're not watching Picard Season 3 right now, I don't even know what you're doing, because it's been amazing this season. I can't say enough good things about it. So if you have to, just pause this video and go watch it right now. Anyway, let's go on to the next movie. The Shawshank Redemption. Bit of a turn from science fiction. This is a pretty classic movie. I don't know where it is on IMDb's rating, but I know it's pretty high. I can't remember. I think it was number 1. I don't know if it still is. This is a movie that I didn't see when it first came out. I probably didn't see it till 2 or 3 years later, and was just blown away by it. The acting is so good, and yeah, it's a compelling story, and it's so good to watch. It has its ups and its downs. There's some funny parts. There's some definitely depressing, sad parts. But overall, it's such a good movie. So here we go. This is what ChatGPT says. The Shawshank Redemption is a masterpiece of storytelling that tells the tale of 2 inmates, Andy Dufresne and Red, who form an unlikely friendship in the harsh world of a maximum security prison. The movie is set in the 1940s and follows Andy as he is wrongly convicted of murder and sent to Shawshank Prison, where he must navigate a brutal and corrupt system. Despite the odds, Andy maintains his integrity and uses his intelligence to make the best of his situation, including befriending Red, a longtime inmate who helps him adjust to prison life. Together they form a bond that transcends the prison walls, and they find hope and redemption in a place where it seems impossible. This film is a poignant exploration of the human spirit and the power of friendship, with remarkable performances from Tim Robbins as Andy and Morgan Freeman as Red. With its compelling storyline, powerful themes, and memorable characters, The Shawshank Redemption is a true cinematic gem that will inspire and uplift viewers for generations to come. It is a must-watch for anyone who appreciates great storytelling and the triumph of the human spirit. I thought that was pretty good. I like that it didn't give away the ending. No, I'm not going to give away the ending either, but it's good. And if you have never seen Shawshank, it's got to be, like it says, and the AI says, it's a must-watch for anyone. I would say it's one of the best movies ever made, so everybody should see it if you haven't already. Yeah, you should definitely do that. Okay, let's move on. Remember the Titans. This is also one of my favorite movies. It's another, I wouldn't call it a sick movie like Apollo 13, but it's, there's been a few times where I'm home from work for whatever reason and I find this movie on. It's also a movie like pretty much all the movies on this list that if I happen to be watching TV and this movie's on, no matter where it is, I'll stop and watch it till it ends. Yeah, I really enjoy this movie. So anyway, let's see what the AI has. Remember the Titans is a powerful sports drama based on the true story of a high school football team in Virginia in the early 1970s. The movie explores themes of racial tension, prejudice, and overcoming adversity as the team comes together under the leadership of their new head coach, Herman Boone. Boone, a black coach, is brought in to lead the team, which is comprised of both black and white players, and faces intense resistance and bigotry from the community. But through his unwavering leadership and determination, Boone is able to unite the team and teach them the important life lessons about respect, perseverance, and teamwork. This film features strong performances from Denzel Washington as Coach Boone, as well as an outstanding supporting cast that includes Will Patton, Wood Harris, and Ryan Hurst. With its inspiring story, uplifting themes, and incredible football scenes, Remember the Titans is a film that transcends sports and speaks to the power of unity and human potential. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves inspiring movies and overcoming adversity and achieving greatness. There you go. So there's another must-watch. Yeah, I can't. I know this movie too. I can't say enough good things. Just that's gonna be a common theme. I'm not sure, but all of these movies might be a must-watch according to ChatGPT. So we'll see. Okay, let's click on to the next one. Oh, brother, where art thou? So now, this movie, I didn't know anything about when it came out. I don't remember seeing a trailer. The first thing I remember seeing was it was on TV. And I think it might have been a Saturday or a Sunday or something. Probably a Sunday afternoon. I was just relaxing on the couch. And it happened to come on TV, or I happened to go to that channel by accident. And there's George Clooney singing in an old radio station, which, if you know the movie, it's a few minutes in, but it's not that far in. And I thought, what the heck is this? Like, this is so weird. And John Turturro's in it, and a couple other guys, and I thought, this is really weird, but I don't know, I'm kind of into it. So I ended up watching the whole thing, and then I ended up going back later, a couple weeks later, and watching the whole thing, and quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I'm a big musical guy, and this isn't really a musical, but it's not a musical either. But just the style of music, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It's just kind of fun. Anyway, let's see what the AI thinks. Oh, Brother, Where Art Thou is a charming and whimsical comedy drama set in Depression era Mississippi. The movie follows three convicts, Ulysses Everett McGill, Pete Hogwallop, and Delmar O'Donnell, as they escape from a chain gang and set out on a quest for adventure. Along the way, they encounter a variety of colorful characters, including a one-eyed Bible salesman, a trio of sirens, and a corrupt governor running for re-election. The film is a loose adaptation of Homer's Odyssey, and it's a story full of wit, humor, and unexpected twists and turns. With its iconic soundtrack featuring traditional folk and bluegrass music, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a joyous celebration of Southern culture and history. The film features outstanding performances from George Clooney, John Turturro, Tim Blake Nelson as three convicts, as well as memorable supporting roles from John Goodman and Holly Hunter. With its lighthearted tone and clever writing, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a movie that is sure to put a smile on your face and leave you tapping your toes to the infectious soundtrack. It's a must-watch for anyone who loves comedy, music, or the unique spirit of the American South. So, there we go again. It's another must-watch. And let's jump to the next one. The Incredibles. Now, obviously, I know this is animated, and some people might call it a kids' movie, but even for a kids' movie, I quite enjoy this movie. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. I wouldn't call it a kid's superhero movie. I just call it a superhero movie. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I believe I saw it in the theater when it first came out. Obviously, when it first came out. Yeah, I bought the DVD when it was available. Back when you bought DVDs and didn't just stream everything. I think this might have been one of the last movies that I bought on DVD because, streaming was starting to be a thing. I can't remember though, but anyway, that's a story for another video. Let's get into the ChatGPT of it all. The Incredibles is an animated superhero movie that follows the adventure of a family of superheroes, each with their own unique powers. The film is set in a world where superheroes are outlawed and forced to live in ordinary lives. But when a new villain threatens the city, the Incredibles must come out of retirement to save the day. Led by the patriarch, Mr. Incredible, and his wife Elastigirl, the family of superheroes work together to stop the villainous Syndrome and his army of robots. Along the way, they discover the true meaning of family and the power of working together as a team. The movie features stunning animation, action-packed sequences, and a heartwarming story that appeals to both kids and adults. The voice cast, including Greg D. Nelson, Holly Hunter, and Sam Jackson, deliver top-notch performances that brings the characters to life. The Incredibles is a fun, thrilling adventure that showcases the power of family and the importance of using your unique abilities to make a difference in the world. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves superheroes, animation, or just a good family-friendly movie. So there goes again, ChatGPT can be quoted as The Incredibles is a must-watch movie, as well as all the other ones I've gone through. So, anyway, yeah, love me some Incredibles. Incredibles 2 is okay. I enjoyed it as well, not as much as the first, but that's, pretty typical. Sequels it's hard to be as good as the first. So anyway, let's jump back in time a little bit with this next one. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I need to watch it again. I don't know if it holds up. I kind of hope it does, but I'm not convinced. I was probably 10, maybe 8 when I was watching this. Actually, I don't remember what year. I guess I could look up what year it comes out. It doesn't say. Probably around 1986. So, I would have been in that age range. Anyway, I really enjoyed this movie. I remember renting it from the rental store all the time. We didn't have a Blockbuster. We had a mom and pop kind of place. And whenever it was my turn to pick, I always pick a Flight of the Navigator. I think I drove my sister nuts because she, every Friday or every other Friday we'd go and be able to rent a movie. And I'd always pick this one. She'd have to watch it, all the time. Anyway, let's get into the synopsis from the AI. Flight of the Navigator is a classic sci-fi adventure movie that follows the story of a 12-year-old boy named David who gets abducted by an alien spacecraft and taken on a wild journey through time and space. After being abducted in 1978, David wakes up in 1986 and discovers that he hasn't aged a day. With the help of the alien spacecraft, which has developed a personality of its own, David sets out to uncover the truth behind his abduction and find a way back home. The movie features stunning special effects, a memorable soundtrack, and an engaging storyline that keeps the viewers on the edge of their seats. The performances by the cast, including Joey Kramer, Paul Rubens, and Veronica Cartwright, are outstanding and bring the characters to life. Flight of the Navigator is a fun and thrilling adventure that will appeal to both kids and adults. It showcases the power of imagination, the importance of never giving up, and the wonders of the universe. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves sci-fi, adventure, or just a good old-fashioned story about a boy and his alien friend. So there you go. It's another must-watch. Just, thinking through, this movie is probably where my interest and love of sci-fi comes from, and all things Star Trek, and yeah. So anyway, let's keep going to the next one. Another family favorite when I was a kid for rentals. Harry and the Hendersons. This is another one that got a lot of use from the rental store. And actually, before I do that, I'm gonna grab this other Sweet Georgia Brown and take a bite of that. I don't know if you can hear, but the cat's snoring on the chair next to me, so hopefully that's not too disruptive. Anyway, let's see what ChatGPT has to say about Harry and the Hendersons. Harry and the Hendersons is a heartwarming family comedy that follows the story of the Henderson family, who accidentally hits and takes home a Bigfoot-like creature named Harry. As they try to hide Harry from the world, the family soon realizes that their new furry friend is much more than just a wild animal, and they form an unlikely bond with him. But when a group of hunters learn of Harry's existence, they set out to capture him, forcing the Hendersons to make a difficult decision. The movie features outstanding performances by the cast, including John Lithgow, Melinda Dillon, and Kevin Peter Hall, who plays Harry. The film's themes of acceptance, compassion, and family values make it a perfect movie for viewers of all ages. With its funny and heartwarming storyline, lovable characters, and memorable scenes, Harry and the Hendersons is a classic family comedy that has stood the test of time. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves animals, comedy, or just a good old-fashioned family movie. So there you go. There's another family-friendly must-watch movie. So let's click on Batman. Okay, so this movie came out in 1989, and I was 9, and I was told very sternly that I was not allowed to see this movie. I didn't go in the theater. I don't know if I can see what it was rated. I can't remember. It was probably rated R or 14A. Well, they didn't have 14A yet. Probably PG-13, or I don't know what the rating system was then. But I was told under no uncertain terms that I was not allowed to see this movie, that it was too scary, and I was not old enough. So, anyway, of course I'm 9. I'm not old enough, or 10, or whatever. I'm not old enough to go to the movie theater by myself. I mean, even in that year, I wasn't getting on the bus and going across town to go to a movie. But what happened was, one day I got invited over to a friend's house for a play date, and we went over there. This is a few months later, and he had it on VHS, and so I got to watch it. We watched the whole thing after school one day, and I don't remember how that all worked. I don't remember if I told him that I wasn't allowed to watch it, and he was like, "Oh, you should come over to my house so we can watch it there," or if I just happened to come over. We just happened to plan it, and it happened to come up. But anyway, so I got to watch it. I don't really remember being scared. I remember really liking it, liking the movie, and watching it since. I mean, I guess it's dark and kind of scary, but it's not like, compared to some of the movies that come out now, it's, like a walk in the park. But anyway, so that's my story about the Batman. So anyway, let's see what ChatGPT has for a synopsis. Batman is a thrilling, action-packed superhero movie that follows the story of the iconic DC Comics character Batman as he battles the Joker, one of Gotham City's most dangerous villains. Played by Michael Keaton, Batman is a brooding and mysterious character who operates in the shadows to protect the city from crime. When the Joker, played by Jack Nicholson, threatens to poison Gotham's water supply, Batman must put a stop to this nefarious plans. The movie features outstanding performances by the cast, including Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale, the intrepid reporter who uncovers Batman's true identity. The film's stunning visual effects, gripping action sequences, and memorable soundtrack make it an instant classic. With this dark and gritty atmosphere, Batman revolutionizes the superhero genre and sets the standard for future superhero movies. It is a must-watch for anyone who loves action, adventure, or just a good old-fashioned superhero movie. So there we go again. There's our must-watch again. I don't know, I'm kind of starting to think that every single one of these is going to be a must-watch, but I guess we'll see. So, let's finish off that Sweet Georgia Brown. honest, other than I just enjoyed it. I enjoy Tom Hanks movies, as a lot of people do. I don't know if I could name a bad Tom Hanks movie. I'm sure there are some. I just don't know if I can name one. But yeah, I just enjoy this movie. Looking at that poster, Leonardo and Tom both look so young. It's crazy, and I don't feel like this movie was that long ago, but I guess it was. So, anyway, on to the AI synopsis. Catch Me If You Can is a thrilling biographical crime that tells the true story of Frank Abagnale Jr., a teenage con artist who successfully poses as a pilot, a doctor, a lawyer, and forges millions of dollars in checks before being caught by the FBI. Played by Leonardo DiCaprio, Frank is a charming and clever master of deception who managed to elude authorities for years. Pursuing him is Carl Hanratty, an FBI agent played by Tom Hanks, who becomes obsessed with catching Frank and bringing him to justice. The movie features outstanding performances by the cast, including Christopher Walken as Frank's father, who unwittingly enables his son's criminal behavior. The film's stunning cinematography, catchy score, and gripping plot makes it a must-watch for fans of crime movies. With its fast-paced action, witty dialogue, and complex characters, Catch Me If You Can is a captivating and entertaining film that showcases the power of the human spirit and the lengths one can go to achieve their dreams. So, there's that. Yeah, another great movie. So, let's jump back a ways in time to what I think is one of the best comedies of all time. I know that not everybody loves this movie. I'm not really sure why. It's so good. I don't know what it is about it. It's just Bill Murray is amazing in it, and his comedy timing, and just the whole movie is great. Yeah, it's one of those ones I have to watch every February. It's usually on TV, and usually what happens is I see that it's on TV, and it reminds me that it's on, and then I hop on Netflix, or I can't remember what streaming service it's on, and I watch it from the beginning all the way through without the commercials. I think this year it was on one of the movie channels, so I could watch it without commercials, so that was great. But anyway, let's read the synopsis. Groundhog Day is a classic comedy film that tells the story of Phil Connors, a cynical weatherman who finds himself trapped in a time loop, reliving the same day over and over again. Played by Bill Murray, Phil initially sees his predicament as a curse, but soon discovers that he can use his knowledge of the day's events to improve his life, the lives of those around him. With each iteration, Phil learns valuable lessons about love, kindness, and the true meaning of life. The movie features outstanding performances by the cast, including Annie McDowell as Rita, Phil's love interest, and Chris Elliott as Larry, Phil's cameraman. With the film's witty humor, clever plot, and charming characters, make it a must-watch for fans of comedy. With its exploration of the human condition and the importance of personal growth, Groundhog Day is a timeless classic that earns its place in the hearts of the audience around the world. It is a film that will make you laugh, cry, and appreciate the value of each day. I was just thinking, Chris Elliott, if you've seen Schitt's Creek, you might see Chris Elliott in a different light. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. You should try watching Schitt's Creek. One of the better shows that the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Company, has ever done. So, let's go back to the 80s. I'm pretty sure, if not the 80s, it was close. With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this movie, I believe, I want to say my 8th birthday, but I might be wrong. It might have been 9 or 10. I don't remember. It came out it didn't come out on my birthday. It was released on video, which happened to be on my birthday. So I had my birthday party, and we, went down to the mom and nice, and we reserved it months ahead to make sure that we got a copy. And we rented our VHS copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I got to watch it with my friends for the first time on my birthday. It was my favorite movie for a long time when I was a kid. I love that movie. We ended up buying it on DVD or on VHS, I'm sure. I don't remember offhand though, but and then I didn't see it for a long time. And then I was just able to watch it again. Maybe a year or two ago because it all of a sudden showed up. I think on Netflix. I can't remember. It's hard to know. It's hard to sometimes find stuff like that because it'll be on U.S. Netflix but not on Canadian, or it'll be on Amazon or Amazon Prime or something else, or we have a few of the different services, but we don't have all of them. So sometimes these older movies are hard to find, but you can usually find some streaming service that has it. So anyway, it's enough rambling about the Ninja Turtles. Let's read the synopsis. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a fun-filled action-adventure film that allows the story of 4 anthropomorphic teenage turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael, who are trained in martial arts in the battle against their archenemy Shredder and his criminal organization, the Foot Clan. The Turtles are aided by their human friend April O'Neil, a news reporter who becomes involved in their mission to save New York City from the clutches of the Foot Clan. Along the way, they must confront their own personal demons and work together to overcome obstacles and defeat their enemies. The movie features outstanding performances by the cast, including Judith Hogg as April O'Neil, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, a vigilante who aids the Turtles in their quest. The film's thrilling action sequences, catchy soundtrack, and lovable characters make it a must-watch for fans of action movies. With its themes of teamwork, loyalty, and courage, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has become a beloved classic that has spawned a franchise of movies, television shows, and merchandise. It is a movie that appeals to both children and adults, and has stood the test of time as a beloved childhood favorite. So, there you go. Another must-watch. Okay, so I got one more. This one goes not sideways, but it's a little bit maybe, a little bit maybe weird. I don't want to say weird, but I don't know another word. Ernest Saves Christmas. So this movie, I don't even know who recorded it, but for some reason we had this movie when I was a kid recorded off of TV on a VHS, and we wore out that tape. I don't know. It came out in '88, I think. We weren't watching it then because it was long enough that it was on TV. So it was probably, 1990 maybe. It was missing the first 3 or 4 minutes of the movie because whoever recorded it started it late. So it was years later when I had seen or got to see the beginning of the movie. But for some reason, my sister and I loved this movie. We would watch it all the time. Mostly at Christmas time, but throughout the year as well, we would watch it. It's just kind of stupid, silly, slapstick humor. If you've seen any of the Ernest movies, they're all the same. I don't know what else to say about it. I haven't seen it in years. I don't know if it's dated or not. But it's probably worth a watch. We'll have to see if Google, or it's not Google, if ChatGPT thinks that it's a must-watch as well. Here we go. Ernest Saves Christmas is a family release. Let's start again. Ernest Saves Christmas is a family comedy released in 1988. The film follows Ernest P. Worrell, a bumbling but well-meaning taxi driver who gets caught up in a holiday adventure when he inadvertently picks up Santa Claus at the airport. Santa, who's looking for his successor, convinces Ernest to help him find a new Santa to take over his duties. The movie explores themes of family, friendship, and the magic of Christmas, as As Ernest and Santa Claus travel around the world trying to figure out the right person to take over the mantle of Santa Claus, they encounter a variety of colorful characters, including a young runaway girl and an ambitious children's show host who wants to become the next Santa Claus. The film stars Jim Varney as Ernest, who became well known for his portrayal of the characters in a series of popular commercials before branching out into feature films. The movie has become a holiday classic, beloved for its humor and heartwarming message about the true spirit of Christmas. So, I guess this one, I'm just scrolling through. This one might be the only one that ChatGPT doesn't think is a must-watch, which is unfortunate because it's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I don't think it said that Turtles was a must-watch. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so that's my list of movies. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do another one of these videos. I could maybe do a genres or, maybe movies I haven't seen. And I've got a whole list of movies that I say those are the movies that people get mad at me for, because they're movies that I haven't seen that I should have.